What's up, guys? Welcome into the Nesson Digital Studio, the PNC Sports Corner. Courtney Cox here, joined by our dear friend Doug Kyde from Gillette Stadium. Doug, thanks for hopping on. I know that you're very busy down there at Gillette.
Absolutely, anytime, Courtney.
Well, it is Thursday ahead of the Pats matchup with the Raiders. What do you have to tell us about what went on today at practice?
David Andrews, the Patriots starting center, did return to practice on Thursday, but he had his right hand and right thumb pretty heavily wrapped, and that's not a great sign for a center who probably has to either use that hand to be snapping the ball or to be blocking. The Patriots have a number of different options that they could use as a replacement for David Andrews if he cannot play on Sunday. Some of those would be second-year pro Yelda Froholt filling in at center. Maybe they could switch around and have Joe Tooney play center, have Michael Owenu and Jermaine Illuminor both used as starters. So Patriots do have a lot of options there, but we saw how much better the Patriots offensive line was already playing in weeks 1 and 2 with David Andrews starting at center as compared to last season when he missed the entire year with blood clots in his lungs. So certainly could hurt the Patriots offense if David Andrews cannot play. But as I mentioned, they do have some options for what they could do at that position. And if things don't work out to start the game, they could also readjust pretty quickly.
Well, somebody who's been very complimentary about David Andrews so far this season is Cam Newton, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Now, speaking of Cam himself, week 1 was a win. We saw him rush much more than he threw, and week 2 was a loss, but it showed that he wasn't a one-trick pony, if you will. I asked Zach about this yesterday. For you, are you more in on Cam after a week 1 win or a week 2 loss?
It's kind of funny because I would probably say after the week 2 loss, I think we all kind of assumed that Cam Newton could still be an effective running quarterback, or at least I certainly assumed that, but we didn't really see him throw that much in week 1. Not a whole lot of downfield passes, lots of dinks and dunks. Patriots really went very run heavy in that week 1 game, but Cam Newton really let it fly in week 2, and I was possibly most impressed with his deep passes. He was 100% accurate on those deep throws. He showed some really nice touch, especially on some of the deep throws to Julian Edelman. So just the fact that Cam Newton could mount the comeback that he did as well was a really good sign for him and the Patriots' entire offense.
Well, the Pats do take on this Las Vegas Raiders team who are 2-0. John Gruden talked about Cam to Patriots media. He said that he calls him Slam Newton. He said he's never seen a guy walk through his doors like Cam. For you, do you think that he can lead this Pats team past the Raiders and end their undefeated 2-game season so far?
I think he definitely can. The Las Vegas Raiders defense is not very good, so I think this has the potential to be a shootout. If the Patriots defense can get back in order, then maybe the Patriots could take this one pretty handily. But it's at least worth mentioning that John Gruden and the Raiders had every opportunity to sign Cam Newton this offseason to compete with Derek Carr, and they didn't take it. The Patriots were the only ones who actually used that opportunity to sign Cam Newton for a veteran minimum contract. So if the Patriots and Cam Newton, Slam Newton as John Gruden called him, beat the Raiders on Sunday, then Gruden and their GM, Mike Mayock, have no one to blame but themselves.
And I want to end quickly. Obviously, James White, we know that he didn't practice yesterday. He did not practice today. Is there any word down there if he will play on Sunday?
No, it's never a great sign when a player doesn't miss the first 2 days of practice in a week. But if anyone could come in on Sunday without any practice whatsoever, it would be a veteran running back like James White. But no word so far about whether he can take the field on Sunday against the Raiders.
And as always, we are continuing to pray for him and his family. Doug, thanks so much for taking the time to join us. You look very fall there at Gillette.
Thank you. Always fun to talk to you, Courtney.